Hi, this is Mary Ellen. I don't have Larry. I haven't heard from Larry all day today. So I'm a little concerned. I don't know what's going on, and I hope he's okay. Um, it's not like him to get this late in the day and not have had any contact at all. We've had a couple of people who've sent text or tried to call and not hearing anything at all. So don't know what's going on, but we just have to trust that everything's okay. Um, he was on the conference call last night. I'm sorry that y'all didn't join us. We do the conference call Monday, Wednesday, Friday night at 8 Central. He joined us last night. There were a couple of things he said. He has highly recommended that uh, uh, something be passed in Congress outlawing Antifa as or at least declaring them a terrorist organization. Um, the interesting thing is, he made the comment last night, what do you think is going to happen when people show up at a demonstration wearing helmets? So they've got head protection and covering their faces. It doesn't indicate that they have any good intentions. So whoever he was talking to had not considered the issue of the helmets and the masks. And Larry was strongly recommending that that be included as part of declaring them a terrorist organization. Now, I'm aware, you've probably heard that they are trying to do something along those lines. So we just hope that will actually materialize and that will help to stop this danger to people who are getting hit in the head with crowbars and pipes. And I mean, this is just really dangerous, not to mention their threats that they were on July 4th going to be using muriatic acid mixed with wax. So that I'm thankful that I didn't hear any reports of that. I'm very grateful. One of the things, sorry, I'm just checking the live chat. One of the things that Larry has said over and over again during the last 30 years, if you have something to bring out in the way of truth telling, bring it out right away. Don't be telling people that something's coming. It needs to happen immediately. Just do it. Don't say you're going to do it. Just do it. That's one of the things that caused the death of I think her name was Susan Collins Smith, the Arkansas state rep or the legislator from Arkansas who died. She had made the comment that she was working on something and would be bringing it out. That is deadly. And she has lost her life because she didn't just bring it out and stay quiet until she did. One of the things Larry said last night, being the technical that he is and the mathematician he is, the scariest thing he said is that there mathematically is no chance Trump is going to win in 2020. Now, we all seem to think differently, but here are the facts that he shared with us last night. We hear about reparations. If a family of 4 is offered $25,000, don't you think, with a significant amount of money like that they're going to say, hey, it might not be true, but I need to take a chance and at least give them a chance and go ahead and vote Democrat, hoping that maybe by the next time they can change their mind if this turns out to be a lie? Or what about the parents whose child has a $100,000 college loan and can't get a job, and the parents can't afford to pay off the loan, the student can't afford to pay off the loan? So what are they going to do? They're going to say, hey, if they're promising to pay off the loan, it's hard to believe it's true. I don't expect it's true, but I got to take a chance. So the Democrats are cornering large segments of society with these promises. Folks, we have got to help spread the word, because if we don't tell the truth, then people are going to buy these lies and vote for the Democrats. And we know this is a lie. The fact of the matter is, even if the House passes a bill, even if the Senate passes the bill, even if the president signs the bill to allow for reparations or free college or loan repayment or free health care for everybody, the fact of the matter is the Appropriations Committee will not fund it. It is a lie for votes. Nothing will happen because when it goes to the Appropriations Committee, no money will be funded. No money will be appropriated. And so the bill will just sit there like the 300 trillion other dollars that have been committed in laws that have never been funded. So it goes into unfunded liabilities, I think is what Larry has called it. We have got to help spread this word. That's why having the Never Socialism t-shirt is really important to wear to help start conversations. We had somebody last night who said they'd been in DC wearing their shirt, and the nasty looks they got, I wasn't surprised to hear about. But he said they did have some good conversations with people stopping to ask about it. The scary thing is there are a lot of people who think they've been told, like Larry says, this is the first complete generation that since they started school until they finish school have been told that socialism is a good thing. I mean, I remember the grad school when I went back to school, they were just oohing and eyeing about Marxism. And I couldn't imagine why these professors, even professors that were close to my age, didn't know better, but we're promoting it. It just is ridiculous. And they were promoting Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals. We've got a lot of professors that are promoting things that are just going to lead to the destruction of our country. We can't have this, and we've got to speak up. This may be the last election that we older folks will have a chance to have an impact on the election, because by 2024, a lot of our generation will be gone, and the millennials will be taking over so many things in government and control of businesses and so on. And they're taught that socialism is a good thing. We have got to help educate people. I even had a conversation last week with somebody who said, well, even if the Democrats win, even if they bring in socialism, it'll take a while. There's still time to do something about it. Total lack of understanding how close we are to being a completely socialistic communist nation. And there may be slight differences between fascism, socialism, and communism, but the bottom line is they are all basically the same thing. Ruling by an elite few, and everybody else goes to the lowest common denominator. They want us dependent on government. They want to create chaos so that we will be crying for help. And they want enough chaos that we will beg for control just to get the security. And thinking that, we need security because our lives are in danger. They are creating the chaos so we will beg for security. And we have got to wake up our fellow man that this is not what is good for our country. We have got to go back to having our country run the way our founding fathers wanted us to do. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else basically that Larry shared last night. We don't have a big enough platform here to be able to make the kind of difference that we need to make, that Larry has made in the past. We don't have the numbers. And Larry was apologizing last night for having to spend so much time on these YouTube programs asking for money to keep him going. He has plans of things he is intending to do. He told us some things last night about the Speaker of the House that people would be shocked to hear. And there are things that are going to be coming out very shortly about a lot of our leaders that is going to be really appalling. The waste of money, the evil they're involved in. We know, I'm not just talking about what Larry is doing. I'm talking about just in general the things that are coming out. We need to get back to what our founding fathers intended for us to be. So please do, as Larry has asked, and share and talk to people. And we need to keep people informed. We need to grow this channel. Larry promises that he will be back. I don't know what's happening to him today, that he hasn't contacted anybody. I haven't heard from anybody who's heard from him. That's a little concerning because I don't know what's going on. He was on the conference call with us for about an hour and 45 minutes last night. And he felt that it was important enough that he had to stay on and make us aware of the danger we face. If Trump can't win, we've got a big problem. The other thing he said, and see, the reason you tell the truth is, they can't do everything they plan to do once the word is out. They just don't. If people know it's coming, it makes them back off. So the idea of the reparations Larry's been talking about for a couple years, but they didn't push that as much for the 2018 election like we had thought they would. But now they've saved it for the 2020 election. The other thing is the economy. President Trump has been going on and on and on in his speeches about how great the economy is doing, the incredible growth on Wall Street. Well, the word is they are planning to crash Wall Street a couple of months before the election, just before the election. They're going to do everything they can to discredit President Trump to make sure he doesn't win. So spread the word that the intent is to crash the stock market because they want Trump to look bad. They are going to delay the impeachment until as late as possible. They're doing anything and everything to hurt President Trump. And don't forget, the mainstream media is just talking about the impeachment nonstop. They are talking about negative things about the president. Even with the news about Jeffrey Epstein, the mainstream media is not saying much about it unless they're trying to tie President Trump in. Anybody who believes what Bill Clinton put out about not knowing anything about what was going on Epstein Island, well, I mean, I know somebody who'd like to sell you the Brooklyn Bridge if you believe him. So I think that's everything that Larry covered last night. He promised he will be back. His recovery has been remarkable and incredible. And I'm a little concerned when he was on the phone as long as he was last night that he hasn't touched base with anybody today. But he is determined to fight through whatever's going on. He has work to do. He has work he wants to do. He wants to be with us. I think one reason he was on so long last night is he just has missed being with us and doing what he normally does. He loves the interaction with everybody, and he really wants to get back to that. But he has to give his body a little more time, but it's coming. He will be back. He promises he'll be back. He said, many times that he's going to drain the swamp. He, for years has been after making sure Hillary Clinton didn't get in the White House and that the Clintons were held accountable. He is now saying that there are far more corrupt leaders than we could have imagined. And the heinous deeds that they have committed are unbelievable. But with the things that we hear coming out, we have to realize that these issues are really rampant. Our country is being controlled by people who are very much following Satan and not God. And it is time for those of us that love God to stand up and be counted, to stand up and speak up. So I encourage you to be brave, and let's take this country back. Let's keep it. Let's keep our freedom. Please help Larry if you can. His PayPal account is nicholslive@aol.com. The website, nicholslive.com, has a link to his PayPal, has his address. His birthday's coming up in a couple weeks, so if you'd like to send him a birthday card with a gift enclosure in it, that'd be great. They can use gift cards at Kroger and Walmart. Now they can't use those for cash, but those are places that I am aware that they do shop, so they could use those to help buy groceries. Those are the only places that I'm, really aware of. If you have a desire to give and don't have a way to do it that we mentioned, send a text to 240-499-6729. If you know anybody running for office who wants some help, send them to 240-499-6729. We'll talk to them. We will give them some ideas, and we'll do our best to help them. And especially if they're running for federal office with the Congress. So thank you. God bless you. And I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll see how quickly Larry can get back with us. He is really, really longing to be back here. Thank you. Bye.